Hi guys, it's Extreme Wirehead again, and I'm here to play a little bit more of SLAI. Now, last time you saw me fail miserably at my combat against the great Embryo, was it? No, sorry, that's the other guy. Well, in any case, I was beaten by the ranker of the round, and I had to start over again from basically nil money. Uh, but something happened. For some reason, my save file wasn't around and I had to start over from the very start, which was very problematic for me, and I had to do the whole fight again. So here's a record of me doing the entire fight all over again, and by God, is it annoying when you get to that to him. When you don't have any new equipment, when you're down on your luck, when you've done quite well. I was actually, if you noticed, I was killing everything. Everything was dying. They were a bit smarter this time around. Some of them were actually shooting it back at me, which was amazing. But I was still being prepped on really hard once that guy showed up. He got behind me, started shooting really hard. I couldn't move fast enough. I couldn't even hide. He just saw through me, and that's really depressing when you think about it. But I'm not there yet. I uh, That's later on in the video. To start with, I just run around, keep shooting at people, and what you notice, I'm not sure if it shows up here, is that the if you noticed also in the previous video, there are power-ups, and these power-ups do a number of different things. The green ones recharge your ammo. The white ones actually heal up your mech, and they don't just heal up your mech really, because that's just body health. There's also weapon health, because your shoulder parts and your arm parts also run on a certain amount of health system, which is very important to try and take advantage of. All of this said, though, uh, since they are power-ups and people can pick them up for some sort of weird magical out of the mountain experience, it's quite what's the term, they're quite powerful, and because they're so powerful, you can actually shoot them down, which is why in a game that involves a lot of explosions, a lot of shooting around, it's very important to have like maybe one gun, because being able to shoot them down before the enemy can pick them up actually saves you a lot of trouble. And especially when the pickups completely spawn, which there will be, if I recall, 2 to 3 of them in any given spot, and they become a real problem, and you want to take advantage of those and stop other people from getting them. Especially, it gets really annoying though when the AI does the same thing to you, which is when you start to learn that maybe you shouldn't be picking up power ups when other people are nearby. All of this said, though, it's very important to note that if you can wait for these power ups and camp around, run around really fast, make sure you don't get hit, you can actually stay a good fair amount of time inside the rumble arena while fighting all of these people, and that's quite good. You need to get used to that. I still end up losing to him though, but um that's partly my own fault. It's just so hard to get used to the fact that you really have really crappy stuff at the start. And because you have really crappy stuff at the start, you have to be a bit more cautious, maybe take your time, play a few matches before you take on these boss guys, because taking on these boss guys with just nothing on, you have to be extremely careful, and I have proven time and time again I am. In any case, I lost again, and that's partly my fault again. But on the plus side, though, I did a much better job. My chip learned a lot more. My Mr. Wolfie, he learned a lot more through this round, and I think I came out on top because of all the EXP that he earned. But I'm still broke ass, and I'm still broke ass, and now I have to get all that money back fighting. And this is gonna be the story of the Underdog Part 2 with his best friend Wolfie. In any case, this has been Extreme Wirehead. I hope that, me dying again for second week at a time was somehow entertaining, but I promise that next week we will attempt a great revival, shall we say, a great reckoning on this ranker, and see if we can beat him to the ground and move on to the next stage. Or I may just shift to another place. I don't know. But we'll see next week what's gonna happen. This is Extreme Wirehead, and peace. I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.